Hi everyone, so today I will be reviewing the new Bath& Body Works candle which came out 2023 under the name Feliz Navidad. It's a traditional hot chocolate type of drink where you have masa, which is made out of corn, and then you combine that with hot chocolate and it just gives you sometimes, depending on how you make it, either a very thin drink or a very thick drink. So it could be different depending on how your family, household, the places you frequent, how they make it. But yeah, anyways, so this, I really love the packaging. It's one of those candles that retail $32.95. So let me show you the bottom. There it is. I don't know if these will be around because typically the more expensive lids tend to sell out. But right here, that there's a scent, Champurrado. Scent notes are spiced Mexican chocolate, masa, caramel, piloncillo, steamed milk. Okay, so out of all of these, typically I'm a little bit because what do you mean spiced Mexican chocolate? Because typically Champurrado, you do traditionally make it with a cinnamon stick. It could be that some families make it with cinnamon powder, but how my mom makes it is that she puts a full entire either one stick of cinnamon or two sticks of cinnamon. So that's not the predominant note. And I heard some people saying that it was very spicy, which kind of threw me off a little bit. But anyways, let me show you how the beautiful lid looks like. There it is. I don't know if I'll reuse it or if I'll just keep it for display purposes, but it has a very nice like gold foil. And then this is like very kind of heavy-ish ceramic. And there are the three wicks. So let me go ahead and give you my impression on cold. So I'm going to grab the candle. Yeah, okay. So this candle definitely leaves a lot for me that I feel like I want more. It's not the best executed what do you call it, champurrado scent that I've ever smelled. Like, okay, so this isn't really authentic to me because it reminds me of like a cheapened champurrado where it's more watery based instead of having a lot of milk or masa. I feel like if I didn't know that this was champurrado, I would probably think it's a predominantly cinnamon scent, like cinnamon latte. I feel like that would be a better name suited for this because how I think the scent notes should smell. I even gave this to my sister and my mom to smell, and they say the predominant note that they get is cinnamon. And then when I tell them that it's a champurrado drink, they're like, but where's the hot chocolate? Like, where's the milk? Where's the heck, where's the masa? To me, the first note that I get, well, however, either way, this scent is very light on cold. I would give this about a 5 out of 10. When I went to go pick up more, they were $14.95, and I'm debating. It's not one of the ones that I immediately love it and want to stock up on it. Yeah, so this is, I would say, maybe like a 5 out of 10. The first note that I get is I would say a ground cinnamon. And then I think the next note that I get, it could be the masa, so like a little hint of corn in there. Or it could be that like that waxy smell that sometimes candles retain a little bit. So I would say first I get the cinnamon, definitely. Similar to cinnamon spiced vanilla, but very much toned down. A little bit of, or the next note would be probably the masa note, so like a slight corn corn type of smell. And then you get a little bit of chocolate mixed in with like that, is it steamed milk or milk that's been heated up on a stove top? So yeah, that is my impression on the candle, or that is my impression of this candle on cold. I'm going to go ahead, burn it, so the next clip you'll hopefully see is me talking about how the candle performs when it's actually lit. So I'll be right back. Hi everyone, so this will be my burn review of the new Bath & Body Works 3-wick candle, 14.5 ounce in the scent Feliz Navidad. I don't know if I already included the fragrance notes when I did my cold sniff first impressions, but fragrance notes are champurrado, spiced Mexican chocolate, masa, caramel piloncillo, which is a type of like raw cane sugar, steamed milk. These candles, or this one specifically, burns for 25 to 45 hours, give or take a few hours. And yeah, 14.5 ounces. So like everyone knows, these are a soy wax blend, so there's a bit of paraffin in there. All right, so I was a little bit worried about this candle because on cold, I got a very light scent. I don't know if I gave it a 4 out of 10, but that seems about right. So anyways, my first burn, it took this candle quite a while to pull out. I would say maybe 3 to 4 hours, which I believe the maximum time that they recommend you or that Bath and Body Works recommends you to burn a candle is 4 hours. So it was getting close to that. So far, I've noticed with each subsequent burn, it takes only up towards 1 hour to fully pull out. So I don't have any like uneven burns or anything like that. I was really traumatized by the red radiant maple candle where I trimmed the wicks the first time and it all went straight to like So I didn't trim the wicks during my first burn. However, each subsequent burn, I noticed that this candle has a tendency to form mushroom tops. So I recommend burning this candle because right now I've only had it burning for about an hour and a half, and I feel like mushroom tops are going to form and then I'm going to get more fallout. I think you can kind of see it in the video that there's just one little carbon ball. But anyways, let's go on to the fragrance, specifically while it is burning. So I don't know if this is a popular or unpopular opinion, but I'm just going to say what I want to say. This doesn't smell like authentic champurrado to me. It almost smells like truck stop champurrado. If someone made champurrado and they just diluted it with a bunch of water, I'm like, yo, where's the milk at? Like, there's a little bit of milk, but they skimped out or they ran out of ingredients and like, let's just add water to it. Because another thing that I noticed about this candle is that the first scent note is spiced Mexican chocolate. And I'm just like, well, where's the chocolate at? I was thinking it was going to smell like the chocolate maybe of hot cocoa and cream, or like the chocolate that's present in hot fudge drizzle, or maybe even like hot fudge sundae. And I'm just like, where's the chocolate at? This is a predominantly cinnamon candle, in my opinion, and I stand by it. So I think the order of these notes is incorrect because out of all the champurrados that I've tried in my life, which I don't like it, but I do take a sip, but I just can't have that much just because I don't like the taste of it. You can make champurrado, it could be really thin and watery, which kind of sucks, or you can have it like thicker, and even if you make champurrado and the consistency is more on the liquidy side, by the next day, since it has masa, it tends to get a little bit thicker, like how you make some soups and then the next day it's kind of like gelatinous. Oh, my notes fell. But anyways, yeah, I feel like I typically don't get a spicy champurrado. I feel like this is like an interpretation of what champurrado is supposed to smell like. I think that this could even be renamed to maybe like cinnamon latte or cozy cinnamon latte, and I would believe it. But if this didn't have the name of the drink, then I wouldn't associate, like I wouldn't link the two of them together. And I think an easy fix would maybe be to add more hot chocolate, and then maybe I would get that same effect, because at least how my mom makes champurrado is that she uses only like, well, also depending on how much you make for a family of like five, she only uses 2 sticks of cinnamon. And I'm just like, this is like 10 sticks of cinnamon. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah. So I think they need to amp up the hot chocolate for sure. The masa note, I do get it slightly a little bit, but I feel like the note that I am getting a little bit more of is the slight creamy milk, but it's not super apparent. I feel like the predominant note that just kind of like goes like move over is this cinnamon. So however, it's not that like hot tamale cinnamon where you're sneezing and stuff. It's really toned down. So I would say this is like a toned down cinnamon spice vanilla, like the remix edition. Okay, and as far as caramel, don't really get that. Maybe it adds a little bit of like more to it. Maybe that's the difference between cinnamon spiced vanilla and this, is that this one has caramel, but I honestly don't really smell it. And as far as piloncillo, I do get a sugar note in here. I don't think it's brown sugar. So okay, I can like get with that. However, I do want to say that if you want to purchase this candle, please do not pay $13.95 for it. I purchased mine technically I did a swap. So I purchased the other candle that costs $32.95 that came out during the fall collection. I think I purchased it for like 10 or 11 bucks, and I feel like this candle is worth 10 or 11 bucks because of that pretty lid. But I think what I recommend this candle, yes. However, if you want a true authentic Mexican hot chocolate, I would say look elsewhere. But however, I feel like this is the best and I think the only candle brand that has come out with Champurrado or Champurrado scented candle. So, however, it could be that I'm swayed because typically when scents come out, like let's see, lemon pound cake, for example, I feel like if you already have experience with a lemon pound cake, you're going to compare everything to your experience. So you're technically a little bit biased. However, out of all the ones that I've had in restaurants, champurrados that my family members have made, this is not anywhere near what I think it is. And I think the breaking point is the amount of hot chocolate that isn't present in here. But as far as this candle goes, I will repurchase another one. Not necessarily for the packaging, but just because I do like the scent. It's, I don't know. I don't have cinnamon spice vanilla except for one. So if I had more, if I had like, let's say 2 or 3 cinnamon spice vanillas, then I could pass on this. However, it does smell a lot lighter than cinnamon spice vanilla. Let me go ahead and show you some items just to like kind of go over. Let me change the angle ever so slightly. All right, so slightly different angle, but I wanted to compare it to a few candles that are already out there. So the first one is hot cocoa and cream. This is a favorite of mine. This is from an old packaging that came out, I want to say 2022, so last year. And the scent notes for hot cocoa and cream are decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, mini marshmallows, and this is just such a powerhouse scent. I haven't met a hot cocoa and cream that isn't what do you call it? That isn't strong. So while the Feliz Navidad candle, I think in terms of strength, I would give it about a 5, and then for projection, I would say it does a better job at projecting. So I would give it like a 7. So, for example, I tend to burn things in my medium-sized bedroom, and this does a pretty good job at filling up my bedroom. There's never really a time that I forget that it's lit. However, I wouldn't say that I'm just like, wow, I'm being enveloped in like Mexican hot chocolate goodness. That's not really happening in this room. It's mainly just, ooh, I'm being enveloped by this like soft, creamy cinnamon scent. And I'm not too big of a fan of creamy cinnamon scents. So, anyways, so hot cocoa and cream, this is like a pure hot chocolate. It's just a deep, dark hot chocolate. Like they for sure didn't skimp out on the chocolate in this hot cocoa and cream candle. So there's that one. And then another candle that I thought maybe it's that, it was, I believe that this candle came out potentially 2021. The numbers rubbed off. But it was this Cookies with Santa that I purchased, I want to say last SAS. So this might be from 2021. And the scent notes for Cookies with Santa are fresh cinnamon, brown sugar, and a drop of vanilla. And I would say that this isn't it. The main difference that I get, I would say that it is the brown sugar. It almost adds a little bit of like a brown sugar syrupy quality that sometimes like is present in like pumpkin pie. Obviously this doesn't have pumpkin, but I'm getting a little bit of that. I think this could even be renamed as pumpkin pie, and I think pumpkin pie, and I think I'd believe it. Yeah, so it's definitely not that. And so far, out of all the ones that I have compared it to, Feliz Navidad is the lightest. Okay, and then the last one, which is I think the one that is the most similar to it, would probably be cinnamon spiced vanilla. This is from, I think it's called the Neutrals collection from the White Barn. Let's see. Scent notes are fresh ground cinnamon, sugar crystals, Tahitian vanilla bean. I think it's the Tahitian vanilla bean that changes the scent. So I would say almost as if cinnamon spiced vanilla was a little bit watered down, maybe about 15 to 20%, then you would get Feliz Navidad because Yeah, the same amount of chocolate that's present in cinnamon spice vanilla. I feel like it's the same as this Feliz Navidad candle. So yeah, I think that'd be my only gripe with the candle, is that I would ideally want some more chocolate in my Mexican hot chocolate candle. And then just for, fun, typically champurrado could be made with, I would say, the main chocolate bar is from the brand Nestle, and it's called La Abuelita, or the grandmother. Okay, my grandma used to make it with that. However, my mom and my dad were like, hey, I kind of like the taste of this chocolate a little bit more. And that is this one right here. We're down to our last two, but this is chocolate Ibarra. Let me go ahead and open it and just show you what is on the inside. I think as of right now that I'm filming this, there aren't a lot of reviews, and people are a little bit, I think, maybe worried that it's going to be too light. And while I think that it is a decent medium strength, I feel like the scent on cold is a lot lighter than what it is when you're burning it, but don't expect, miracles to happen when you burn it. So this is the chocolate bar right there. Oh, it got brighter. Yeah, so it's the chocolate bar. Let me go ahead and open it. I don't think my mom would mind. Or if anything, I'll tell her that, hey, I opened this up. Can you go make some hot chocolate or champurrado? Oh yeah, this smells delicious. Okay, so this is the chocolate Ibarra. The one from Abuelita, it's shaped a little different, but it's the same thing. It's just like this brick of chocolate. And then so you just put it in milk and let it dissolve. But yeah, this one you get solid milk chocolate. And I don't really get that from Feliz Navidad. I also don't really get like a chocolate, like a hot cocoa and cream type of thing, like a liquid chocolate. So yeah, I think that's my only, I'll put that back later. I think that's my only, I guess, critique on this. Otherwise, I think it's a cool candle. I mean, I'm not a super fan of cinnamon. I feel like if the cinnamon would have been toned down a little bit more, and or even just if you would have added more chocolate, I think I would have liked this candle a bit more. The thing that I do want to note is that I feel like this candle could potentially get a little bit sooty. So right now I notice that if I don't trim the candle, I do see little like plumes of smoke towards the 3 hour mark of my burn. Also, let me go ahead and change the angle. So here's the candle. The flames are pretty medium to, I would say, medium strong. There's just that little bit of carbon fallout, like I was saying, like right around there. I don't have my chopstick to point. But yeah, so I'm just a little bit worried because each time that I burn this, I do tend to form mushroom tops and they fall, or I try to prevent it. So maybe cut down your burn time to at most 3 hours, but try not to go anywhere above that. At least once you get past that first burn, yeah, try to minimize your burn time. Other than that, I'm just a little bit worried because typically the Bath and Body Works candles with these types of wicks, they either dud out in the midway mark, they discolor the wax, or sometimes you get like this burnt chart smell. So I'm not even halfway done. I would say I'm like about 30% done with the candle. So that is my only concern, but I wanted to get out this review. All right, so those are pretty much all my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I didn't write down my thoughts. I'm just talking off the cuff. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.